Given the stakes, NASCAR Phoenix is as good as it gets. Chase Elliott and Jimmie Johnson will be racing for their championship lives on Friday. Photo by LAT Photographic. If Friday set the tone for the remainder of the weekend, the Can-Am 500 at Phoenix Raceway is going to be incredible. Allow me to set the stage for a moment. Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick have already clinched a spot in the championship race next weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. But that leaves 5 others with varying degrees of chances to join them for an opportunity at NASCAR glory. 1. Kyle Busch, 1 win, advanced 2. Kevin Harvick, 1 win, advanced 3. Martin Truex, advanced on points 4. Brad Keselowski plus 195. Denny Hamlin minus 196. Ryan Blaney minus 227. Chase Elliott minus 498. Jimmie Johnson minus 51. Barring a win by someone outside of the top 4, Brad Keselowski controls his own destiny. Basically, run inside the top 10 after 2 stages and finish inside the top 15 and the 2012 champion will advance to his first championship 4 appearance. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney either need to outpoint Keselowski on Sunday or they need to outright win. Then there's Chase Elliott and Jimmie Johnson, whom are basically so far behind Keselowski that they absolutely must win the race or start looking forward to 2018. But that's old news. Friday set the stage for a truly memorable moment with how qualifying played out. First, Elliott posted the fastest time in first practice. Then, Blaney captured the pole, Hamlin qualified second and Elliott placed fourth following time trials. That makes 4 drivers who may need a win, and 1 who absolutely does, all starting on the first 2 rows. Oh, and Keselowski, the one driver who just needs to hold serve? He qualified 16th. It's a short race and if there's a track to qualify well this is one of them, Keselowski said. It's not where we want to start, but when the track gets hot and slick we seem to run better here than when it cools off at night. I don't know, maybe that's my style. I'm not sure, but we'll go race and see what we've got. Granted, Keselowski hasn't been the fastest qualifier this season, but the one team with an advantage is already playing catch-up and its driver doesn't sound especially confident. And just like that, the narrative is starting to shift. Not only did Kevin Harvick beat Martin Truex Jr. head-to-head in the closing stages of the AAA 500 at Texas Motor Speedway, he also shuttered the "for those of you who like to play the points as they run" game. Keselowski will take the green flag with just a 5-point lead over Hamlin and 7 over Blaney. That doesn't even include the championship points available for teams that finish each of the first 2 stages in the top 5. Hamlin and Blaney could realistically cut the gap down to single digits if Keselowski doesn't find more race speed during Saturday practice. And of course, points won't even matter for those 3 if Elliott or Johnson outright wins the race. Again, Elliott has shown solid speed so far but Johnson's resume can't be ignored either. Credit has to be given to NASCAR for this championship format. Facing NFL Sundays, NASCAR has a championship format that begs for your attention, especially late in the playoffs when the stakes couldn't be higher. And when the stakes get high, the desperation gets higher. We've already seen it this round when Hamlin booted Elliott out of the way with 3 laps to go at Martinsville Speedway. We saw it here back in 2014 when Ryan Newman door-slammed Kyle Larson to get the 1 point he needed to leapfrog Jeff Gordon into the championship 4. Don't think we won't see the same thing again on Sunday if the opportunity presents itself to do whatever it takes to advance. I mean, you do everything you can, Hamlin said. I sensed how important it was in the first race of this round, much less the last race of this round. I don't in number 39. Know how much different you would do. You try to do everything you can to win. There in number 39, as several different ways to do it. We in number 39, we seen anyway from guys just winning races to something like Ryan Newman did with 1 lap to go a few years ago. Drivers become desperate when you know that this could be your final lap contending for a championship. I know there are traditionalists out there that will always dislike this format on integrity alone. I respect that and even sympathize. But there is no doubting that Sunday afternoon will represent everything that should be great about NASCAR. There will be one driver hanging on to a narrow championship race berth, two more starting up front nipping at his heels, and two others doing whatever it takes to win the race. Two of those drivers are champions, one of them is the winningest driver without a championship, and the other two represent the future of the Cup Series. Again, this is good as it gets. By Matt Weaver. Racing, NASCAR Cup, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup, NASCAR.